Hello, my name is Gennaro Maffia, and I'm one of the teachers for the courses at PPI. I'm a chemical engineering professor at Manhattan College in Riverdale, New York. And I've had previous experience in both industry and academia. I have an appointment also at Drexel University in Philadelphia. I'm an adjunct professor there. Before this, I was professor of chemical engineering at Widener University in Chester, Pennsylvania. And before that, I worked for oil companies essentially for about 25 years, including Atlantic Richfield. So I want to tell you a little bit about the course that I give and also about some of the reasons you might want to consider taking it. And I think the important thing is, if you look at the back of the NCEES handbook, it has what's listed for the topics for chemical engineering. And those topics are really important because that's what we focus on during our course. And so if you need to sort of reference that for the FE exam or PE exam, you might say, well, where are the topics that I need to worry about? And the topics are clearly labeled there, and I go through them in great detail. So that's one of the reasons for taking the class and taking the exam. The exam is a requirement for some professions, and it also gives you a credential approach to your career, having these licensures and also coursework. So I'm just going to make sure that I cover all the things that I need to cover. So how do I teach? Well, I sort of do. I'm not very structured. I try to respond to students' needs. So if someone has a question, I might pursue that a little bit further. And if I have, I have my set of notes and slides that I typically use, but sometimes I just, sort of follow the thread of what the conversation is. So I think that's really important. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. What do I do during our exams? And also had to prepare you for the exams. Well, during the course section, we typically just go through a set of notes and problems and respond to questions. So that's basically it. On top of that, what we do is we sort of organize the questions such that you respond and can learn to respond quickly to the questions on the exam. So usually you have about 3 minutes. So 3 minutes for me is probably about 3 manipulations per question. So that's what we're looking for. So not real long, not thesis level or anything like that. We're just looking for relatively short question and answers. So that's what we teach you to do, and also to fish out the questions that look a little bit out of the ordinary, sort of the outliers, and you can probably eliminate them pretty quickly. I mean, if they're talking about a small reactor and then they start using billions of pounds a year, you can probably eliminate that answer pretty quickly and then move on to sort of save some time in doing the process. So I look forward to seeing you online, and if you have any questions, I guess the best thing to do is to talk to the PPI coordinators right now. All right, thank you very much, and I'll see you online.